Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Teammate winners through the draft and not free agency. So we're going to try to make this short and sweet, but I got to address something. I seen this on Dreamers Pro. Shout outs to him. Always doing his thing. Gets the skinny on everything before anybody a lot of times. So you got Paul Pierce saying, I mean, we already went through this, but you got Paul Pierce saying that Curry is the most influential player of all time. And I've already made a video on this, just like debunking it up and down. And I'm going to tell you again why he's not even close. But, you know, when you go on my video, my channel, and go watch my video, obviously it's Jordan, and then it's Wilt, and then it's, you know, people like Bird and Magic, Dr. J, who else? Kareem, people like even Russell. I mean, Russell put the NBA on the map, okay? Influential has nothing to do with a playing style. You know what I'm saying? Just that alone, okay? When we talk about Curry, he's just a three-point bomber, and that's it, right? So if there's no Clay, what do you have, right? This whole thing does not work without Clay, right? Clay is probably 80% of the player that Curry is. I'm not trying to say he's as good as Curry or anything like that, but man, the guy was shooting above 40% for like a long time and for his career. I mean, so you take out Clay out of that mix, it's over. And there was nobody that was like 80% Jordan that was on Jordan's team, right? Or 40% what Jordan was. You know, Pippen was a great, you know, all-around player, but so was Jordan. And, you know, Pippen just was not on Jordan's level ever, you know. So let's don't get it mixed up what Clay and Curry did, okay? It was just basically the two of them bombing threes, okay, because they shot at a high efficiency rate at the three-point line. So if you leave Clay open, Curry's going to hurt you, and vice versa. Don't leave Clay open. They're going to swing it to him, and he's going to kill you. But, you know, these guys could get three off, not only being wide open, but they could just, like, step back in your face and just bury that three right in your face. So it was just the two of them. So let's don't get what's happening maybe, like, since 2020 confused with with what happened back then when the Warriors dynasty was happening, right? You saw what happened when Clay was out, or when Clay isn't playing. I mean, Curry is great, but you really don't, they're not even coming close to winning the championship, right? So they just made it an excuse to be lazy. A game with no fundamentals and stuff like that. Let's all be like Curry. No, you're trying to be like Clay and Curry. Let's don't get that mixed up. You're trying to be like Clay and Curry. Stop it, okay? The problem is with them, it was two of them. It wasn't the guard, the shooting guard, the forward, the power forward, and a lot of times now, the center. There's not four guys that was sitting out there bombing away threes. It was Clay and it was Curry. Okay? And then the times that they got beat, these guys weren't bombing away threes to beat Clay and Curry. Yes, it was three-point shooters on the teams that won it in between, you know, when the Warriors didn't win. I would consider Cleveland in 16 a big-time three-point shooting team, right? I wouldn't consider Denver a big three-point shooting team. Yes, they shoot the three, but you can see last year they shot the least amount of threes in the playoffs, in the finals. And then you have Milwaukee. Yes, they can shoot the three, but you won't consider them a big-time three-point shooting team. This thing has got really out of hand the past 3 years. This is the way the league has made this, NBA has made this league. It's a league of no fundamentals, okay? Let's rewind, and you go watch those games where you had the Golden State Warriors in 15, 16, 17, 18. Go look at this team. They swung the ball around. It was game of fundamentals, defense, all this stuff. So if you want to play like Curry and Clay, you got to really play like them. They wasn't just only sitting at the three-point line, the whole team, and bombing away threes. They was a great defensive team, X's and O's and stuff like that. But again, it was Clay and Curry. If you want to say influential, you got to go back to Clay. Every time we took Clay out, it was over for that team, right? It was over. Let me get a drink of coffee. I'm sorry. Yes, it was over for that team. And I'm not bashing them. Look, nobody could emulate Jordan's style. Maybe Kobe to a degree, right? But let's look at everybody else, right? Nobody could do what nobody could do what Bill Russell did, right? Nobody could do what Wilt Chamberlain did. Nobody could still do what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did. Nobody still has emulated what Magic Johnson has done. You guys got to stop. Curry is one of the greats, but he really hasn't proved, and that's why I think people won't put him in the top 5, and some people won't put him in the top 10, because we already know when you take Clay off that team, it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. He don't really have any moves to really beat you besides that 3-point shot. I'm not trying to beat up on him, but it made the game a lazy game. And people aren't playing the Curry style. At least Curry led the league in like steals twice. I mean, the guy played a little bit of defense, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't a great liability on defense. And like I said, stop it. Clay and Curry changed the game to where how they wanted it. How they wanted it. Nobody has duplicated that since. Do you see just 2 guys who can shoot the 3 really good sitting at the 3-point line? No, you see 4 guys sitting up there now. It's a lazy game. These guys know what time it is, man. These guys are getting paid tens of millions of dollars now to do half the production. I just saw a game last night. LeBron had another triple-double. And who was it they played? I forget who they played. But LeBron had 1 foul. Again, you let somebody score 124 points. Yes, the Lakers won, but 1 foul? That's incredible. These guys don't play no defense. That's what I'm saying. You're getting paid more money for doing less these days. It's incredible. Imagine going to your job and you do half the work and you're still getting paid even more. This is incredible. That's what they found out. We have dumb fans. We don't really have fans. We have casual fans that don't know the game of basketball, that we could just make it an offensive game. Who can outscore who? Forget about playing defense. You don't have to play no defense if guys just out there launching threes, right? You don't have to have any post moves. You don't have to trap. You don't have to have real pick and rolls to the basket. You don't have to play defense. You don't have to do nothing but shoot the 3. Pick and pop. Pick and pop. When I hear a 3-and-D guy, I'm like, what is a 3-and-D guy? Get out in this era? Get out of here. Like Bruce Bowen was like a 3-and-D guy. You know what I'm saying? That's who I think about, a 3-and-D guy. Who else? I think Iguodala shot the 3 pretty good. I think he was a 3-and-D guy. Come on. Ain't no 3-and-D guys in this game. You got to be kidding me. So let's get into this. I made it too long. Teammate winners through the draft and not free agency. You got the Bulls, Michael Jordan, Pippen, Horace Grant, and then you got Pippen and Jordan again. Yes, Pippen was a swap in the draft. Not through free agency, a swap, right? So he didn't play a game for the Sonics. So I know the dummies are going to start saying this. Yeah, he was just a swap. You know, the Sonics, they grabbed Pippen and saved him for the Bulls. Teams do that all the time. Grab a guy and save him so he's not gone, and we'll swap out. It's already been said, like weeks ahead of time, everything. If you can get this guy at this number, I want to swap, and we'll do whatever. Just grab him for me. And that's what they did. So it wasn't through free agency. He's always been a Bull from the first dribble of a basketball. Tim Duncan, David Robinson, 1-2 together, and then Tim Duncan, Manu, and Parker 1-4 together. I'm not saying they got it. You know, Duncan has 6 championships. No. Worthy and Magic 1-3 together. McHale and Bird won 3 together. Robert Parrish was not drafted to the Celtics. And then you have Curry and Clay and Draymond won 4 together. So, I mean, LeBron's not on here. What great player did he win a championship with through the draft? Let me know. He had a chance to do it with El Gauskas. He ran. Once he seen he had so many shortcomings, he took off. Not Kyrie, because LeBron was not there when Kyrie got drafted. That was Kyrie's team. Kyrie was the all-star and this great player when LeBron. What did Kyrie get drafted? I think a year after LeBron left or something like that. Two years after LeBron left. So then LeBron comes back because he saw how good Kyrie was. And, you know, he can't just go play with Kyrie. He's got to bring love with him. That's what this guy does, right? So, no, LeBron doesn't make his teammates better, and he never won a championship through free agency with a great player or a Hall of Fame player. Nope. Nope. Sorry. I mean, the whole thing about him making teammates. I mean, even if we take Pippen off of here, we still got. I mean, if they want to say, "Oh, you can't do that," he didn't get drafted. You still got Horace Grant, 3 championships in a row, right? Maybe a B.J. Armstrong, right? I mean, what are you guys talking about? But still, yet, like I said, it was a swap on draft day, so he's a bull, right? He's a bull. Pippen didn't come through free agency. It was just a swap. So, you know, that's all I'm gonna say about this. But you know, the Paul Pierce thing, that's why you can't get with these guys. They just flip-flop so much. One day they saying this, next day they saying this. It's like, man, think about what you're saying, bro. And that's what these guys got to do, right? To stay relevant, to have a job. And I don't know why they're doing this. If they made tens of millions of dollars, why would I go sit at a desk? That's why I'm starting to question, did these guys really make this kind of money in the NBA? Or is the NBA just telling us this so they can keep these prices at crazy prices? The ticket prices, the food prices, the alcohol prices, everything. Why would I sit at a desk if I made tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars in my career? That makes no sense. It's like me retiring from my job. I'm getting 401k, Social Security, a pension, and I'm coming back to work. For what? For what? Why would I? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm starting to question, do these guys really get paid this kind of money? You guys tell me what you think. That's a whole different video. I'm not trying to get into a conspiracy, but I'm just saying, man, these guys got to read scripts. They got to wear makeup. They got to, do all this stuff. They just don't show up at a desk and go to work and say what they want to say. It's all scripted. They got to practice. They got to do all this stuff, man. It's not what people think. These people just show up and say what they want to say. No, it's actually a job. You know what I'm saying? So if I got tens of millions of dollars, or hundreds of millions of dollars, I see people like Shaq sitting at a desk. I'm like, man, there's no way I would be doing this. No way. And don't tell me, oh, money is money. Man, I would have so many businesses. There's no way I'll be sitting at no desk wearing makeup and, talking about somebody's lives and all the basketball life and all this stuff. But, tell me what you think.